it is chaos, it is catastrophe, it is really, really crazy out there. Many persons are about to abandon their homes. I kid you not. Many homes are 75% in water as we speak. Many people have been displaced, and it has been happening over time. What many persons in this community were telling us, however, was that it has not been this bad in 4 years, but it comes, it will just go after a couple of days, like flash flood. But the reason we are having this is because of the Onyun Dam. And Nigeria has not really kept to his own side of the bargain of making things work. Of course, you know that we have a deal with some of our neighboring countries. They open the dam, it flows down, it comes down, it affects people. And I mean, Mohammed, will this happen in 2024?
I think I will say that I will establish that our government is unserious. You know, the government is very unserious, very unserious. The idea of I think maybe the residents, you know, maybe they are not telling the truth. They usually suffer this every year.
Yeah.
You understand?
But they said it has not been this bad.
That's what they say until it becomes a tsunami. You know, I don't know if you remember the chaos or the crisis in Indonesia. I think some 2003 or 2020, some years back. You understand? I think those people, they were ignorant. You know, of the idea that at the point in time when we don't take care of how water flows within our society or our surroundings, it will become
sick channels.
You know, you understand. So it happened like that. So, but they were, you know, attaching it to God. You know, maybe we are suffering from God. You understand? I think the government, they are not. Of course, flood is something to some extent. It is uncontrollable. You know, to some extent. But however, it can be managed. And that is why we have I think we have NEMA, who try to come together to ensure that this thing does not affect the people. You understand? But look at coming from Long Bridge, the one I can see, which is the one of Ogun State, it is abnormal. You understand? It is abnormal. Look at it, you can't even believe that people are living there. See, when I was coming to work, I think last week or 3 days ago, when I was coming, you know, the people have been displaced. You know, displaced of where they are living. People are not there again.
What you see is actually still a screensaver. It's just a joke. If you go in, I mean, if you know the screensaver is what you see, introduction to a phone.
Very well.
If you now put the password and go into that phone,
a disaster.
You will see what you are not meant to see.
Look at I think Mikano now, the company there. They can't even. I see them parking a lot of red sands to cover the water
behind that company. Yeah. In fact, there's a woman who has turned into a business. You go there. I mean, you are going in. You sit on a boat. These are areas that cars move through normally. Really? Now you need a boat to go through.
Even the water have swallowed so many houses over there.
This person is now making money off it. 300 naira per passenger. Imagine. 1, 2, 3. In fact, if you have too many persons around, she will manage to put 5, and 5 times 3, that's 1.5 per movement.
Funny enough, you know, where these things are happening, you know, I mean, this flood is happening. It happens to be states that their governments are not so much active. You understand? I'm sorry to say. Look at Ogun State. Ogun State is known, you know, it is recorded, you know, for the state with the worst road system. You understand? You can't go to Ogun State and come back the same day because of the, you know, road network, bad road network. You understand? I'm very sure that even the governor, after pointing from here to there, he will be tired when he gets home that, wow.
I saw he went to Sherry. They posted that he went to some places I think around.
Where did he go to Isheri?
I think he went.
Even in Abeokuta, where this thing is, you know, Abeokuta. I think Abeokuta is a major spot of the state. But look at the road network of that. Very bad. You are even coming from Magboro. Look at Magboro, just Magboro here, which is even a new site in Ogun State. It's very bad. For instance, now look at the flood coupled with road network. You understand? It's very bad. Look at you know, all of these things. Somehow they are intertwined. You understand? You are not giving them palliative after the federal government has given money to you. A man complained recently that you give them a pinch of rice. You understand? The same people you are not giving palliative to, they have bad road network, as well as look at the flood displacing them. And let us go to Osun State as well. The governor said he's not going to share the palliative at the moment, that he's planning to use the money for one thing. You have been there for over 6 months thereabouts, and you are not making, you are just like a snake who passes through the mountain without showing a sign. You understand? I think all of these things, I think to some extent, the federal government is showing character. I'm not saying that the federal government itself, you know, they are doing what they are supposed to do. But to some extent, you know, they have released something amount of money. Even NEMA For instance, about 2 weeks ago, I still released a particular statement, a press release by the DG NEMA about how they are ready, their readiness, to forestall the disaster of this flood. Do you understand? But these people are not, but this state government, I'm sure, I'm sorry to say, I think there is this ideology. I won't even call it ideology. There is this idiosyncrasy that we have, which is all about, siphoning, embezzling or mismanaging, fund and taking governance like someone who is a poop, I don't know. I'm sorry to say, this country, not even the country now, the way we handle things, it is so genuine, so trivial.
Trust me, it's really sad. I mean, I saw with my own 2 eyes yesterday, certain persons behind the scene on this particular production were also there, and what we did was just remove ourselves from wherever we were coming from and put ourselves in the life of these people that were experiencing this current disaster. Many persons out there probably do not understand what we are talking about. When you do not experience hunger, you won't understand what it means to be hungry. When your parents pay your school fees on time, you won't understand what it means for you to be sent out of school. When you have money to buy data, pay your house rent, pay for necessary things, you won't understand what it feels like to truly be in this situation. But when you take yourself out of your comfort zone and you plug yourself into the reality of these persons who are experiencing these troubles, trust me, you will feel what it feels like. Many people now live in uncompleted buildings. They were practically pointing at uncompleted buildings. Uncompleted buildings. These are people that have homes, fantastic homes, who have to leave their homes and run for shelter in uncompleted buildings. No windows, no doors, no cemented floors, no marble, nothing. These people just exist like they are coming from the primitive society. And that is the reality of many of these persons right now in Ogun State, in Osun, and other parts of the country that are affected by this dam. We really do hope that something is done outside of government officials pointing and riding in fantastic SUVs. We really do hope that something is done to ameliorate the sufferings of these persons. Many people have moved out of their areas because if you want to go into your house, you have to go through that patch. People who are running to their places of work in the morning, people who are coming back tired. If you are wearing your suit, you have to roll up your trousers or even pull up your trousers completely and move around with shorts. Come and look at my producer on this particular show yesterday. In his shorts, he wore shorts and rubber, walking inside the water. We just thank God that none of us had any open wounds on our bodies, because imagine moving in such water yesterday and you won't know what's in the water. It was a disaster. Trust me, it was an absolute disaster yesterday. Very quickly, we move from the topic, and we do hope, Mohammed, we do hope that we are not just speaking into the air. We do hope that our words are touching some of these persons out there. The governor yesterday just went to Isheri. From pictures I saw, he went to Isheri around Opik there. They took pictures just in front of around the gate area. Then he was on the long bridge. He did not climb on this boat and go and see.
I think that is just
go and see, not just sightsee.
It is for
real seeing.
That is for coloration. You understand? It is for coloration. And if being the governor is ready to do something, yesterday he would have declared someone,
in fact,
an IDP camp.
I don't know. Thank you very much. I'm talking about going there. I do not know, but I'm not sure, because I mean, so that it won't sound like but I do not think the governor met with some of these affected persons, because if they did, they would have had pictures. There would have been pictures of him speaking with them. From what we saw, it was just the peripheral. Many persons are affected. I'm not talking about people who don't have
and
homes.
Again, we must also, not even the governor now, we must call the attention of the chairman to this as well. Who is the chairman of the local government? The chairman of the local government, should even... He's the one that's supposed to be closest to the people. I'm telling you, we don't even know who the person is. Of course, I know they will have, you understand? See, I think if all of these things happen in the developed countries, you understand? We see the way they handle these things with ultimate, seriousness, not such... just go there with trivialized issue. You take pictures. We don't need the pictures for crying out loud. But we are used to,
I saw some cameramen almost entering water.
And just to
aesthetics.
And that is it is, you know, we God help us.
Amen. But we mean there's little.
So we implore the governor, if the governor and all that resource person are saying this, they should do something about it. You know, these people are really suffering. They are suffering. They are suffering.
All right, very quickly now we move on to the next topic in line, which is that the federal government of Nigeria will be borrowing 26 trillion to facilitate the budget of 2024. And that brings us to the same question we've been having over the years. Mohammed, have you not noticed the pattern? Nigeria's problem has practically remained the same. If you listen to songs of freedom fighters in the 80s, in the 70s, people who have been singing for Nigeria, people who have been preaching change, from then till now, you discover that it's still the same pattern. We are borrowing money. We are running on deficit, recurrent expenditure rather than capital. We are having most of our percentage for the budget in recurrent rather than on the capital end. Corruption, you know, is like different generations but same problems. Now we are back to financing our budget
through loan
with a deficit, with collecting of monies from these people that, and you know, these guys that do borrow people loans, is you borrow loans, you pay back, you know, you keep going. It's like falling in sin. You want to keep going back to that. Or how do we get out of this? How?
I think firstly we have to establish that Nigeria is a poor country. You know.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, as it seems, since I came into this earth, I've known Nigeria to be a very poor country. You understand? I'm not sure if you are aware of this, that a university in the USA, the budget for university in the USA is higher than our budget in Nigeria. I'm not sure if you are aware of that.
Which particular university?
Any of the university in the United States.
All universities?
Yeah, most of them. You understand? Let me say about 80. I'm very sure that it will be, you know, it will be new to you. You know, you will see it as something which is surreal. You understand? So I think Nigeria, you know, we have been driving towards, you know, making the country collapse, you know, or at the end of the day, we end up selling the countries to either China, because we are used to borrowing money from China, or we sell it to other countries that you know, we have you know, privatized a section of the country to. You understand? It is insane for a country, you know, to be using a particular money deficit, you know, to also for deficiting. You understand? It is crazy. Normally, it is not something we should be discussing. You understand? We should be ashamed that we are coming live to discuss a matter as critical as this. You understand? First, you know, looking at, oh my God, and do you know, it's insane again that the Senate, they are justifying that they are buying SUV, you know, value at 57.6 billion naira.
I was watching the senator yesterday. Talk about the fact that they are buying SUVs, and you know, what I watched for a little over 1 minute was ruining my eyes. It was affecting me seriously, and and whenever I get angry a little, I just move away from that situation, because I was trying to make sense of how a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria was trying to give reasons as to why they want to go and buy SUVs, foreign SUVs.
Of course.
Foreign SUVs. Why they were going to buy foreign SUVs for members, and he was saying Nigerian roads are bad. All of those things. I heard this their communities are bad, you know, and they need to, you know, have vehicles that can take them to their. Oh my!
The worth of one of those, you know, one of those Prados is 160 million naira.
There's a probability it will have gone up, because you know,
definitely the dollar.
When the dollar, you know, so the money will probably have gone up as well.
Yeah, I will say that it is not a good thing that we are doing. You understand? And again, there's something we should think about again. Why is it that we have natural resources? I think this is somewhat old-fashioned. You understand? But the truth is, how have we been, you know, exploring our natural resources to cushion our borrowings, or to cushion the way we...
No, the answer is you don't have to finish it.
You understand?
Because even the crude oil that we have...
Not even crude oil.
No, I'm just saying, I'm not... Let's leave cocoa. Okay. Let's leave palm oil. Yeah. Let's leave the other ones that we are not exploring. Yeah. Let's even talk about the oil that we say we are exploring. We'll take our oil in its natural form. We'll sell it to outsiders. Yeah. They will refine it and sell it back to us. It simply means that if you are doing business, and then you take your raw material, you are selling it to, I'm selling to you,
Yeah.
then you will, you will make it done, and then give me food. I mean, people don't run, you cannot run your company the way they are running Nigeria.
Definitely. Do you see, that was the reason why when we were discussing about the Supreme Court, that was why I was just saying that if you just leave Tinubu, let him just, okay, let him do whatever he wants to do, you understand? Because the thing now is...
No, but those that challenges the case in court, that challenges victory, do have the right to do so under the law.
Definitely.
And they did. They pursued it to the end.
What I'm not saying is that all of these people, they were once, principals of, one was, former vice president. One was a governor. You understand? The one, even Tinubu, when he was the one time the governor of Lagos State, there were a lot of appraisal that he made Lagos, but Lagos is still languishing. Forget about the money, the revenue they are generating. Look at Peter Obi, the messiah of, I think, Anambra State. When you go to Anambra, I am very sure that it will be very difficult for us to live in Anambra, so to say. Look at Atiku himself. What has he done for Nigeria? You understand? Privatized so many things. Even his boss then, he was someone who was antagonizing his presidential, candidacy. You understand, during the election. I think what we can just do is that I think when the time comes, we should just relegate all of these odets. You understand?
So what's the solution to the Nigerian problem?
The solution to the Nigerian problem is for Nigerians, to come together. When Nigeria stops, seeing themselves as, being opposite, oppositional to themselves. When we start saying that I'm not Igbo, you are not Awusa, when we see ourselves as one, I think that is the root to.
So how do we stop this boring problem, this boring challenge that we have with us?
Of course.
Because right now, we are borrowing 2024, money that we will spend in 2024, 26 trillion, we are going to go and borrow it.
I think we have to wait till December, you understand? The only thing they are waiting for now is the completion of the refinery.
Yeah, 65% Port Harcourt. In fact, a couple of times I've even said, for me to begin to define this government, I want to see that December. Let's see. Before we start looking up for March, or is it April or March that they call the warrior on? Let's wait for 65%.
Because when Buhari came in, then he said when we stop, when we close all the borders, when we start consuming whatever we are producing,
we'll be fine.
But we were
worse.
Sorry to say. We thank God that we are not even dead by now, because if not, hunger, look at price of food, we're just soaring high and so on and so forth. I think
land border are still close to.
So by December, when the refinery is completed, and again,
will the refinery come up?
Of course, definitely.
A friend of mine in the United States told me that in the Nigerian balance, just they play.
But in the case of Port Harcourt, not even about hope now, we were being assured, you understand? I think we wrote the news some 2 months ago.
It's different when we are. I get your point. The news is out there that it is going to be ready.
Now it's not the government who is even, I think the union, who are the custodian of that particular place. The deadline is December 31st. Yeah, definitely.
2023.
This year,
is the 26th of October. 2023.
By then we'll be.
So we'll
be here together to open it.
That's great. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That is going to happen.
All right.
I think that's probably the only hope we take away from the show today.
Yeah.
The second news, bad news. Sorry, our second topic for the day, bad news. The third topic for the day, bad news. The first one was just news, not bad. It was just news that Supreme Court, blah 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 blah. But the second one, bad, flood. The third one, borrowing, bad.
It's still bad.
I do hope that one of these days we'll come on this show and our first, second, and third topics of discourse will be good news. Nigerian people out there deserve better. 200 million estimated population of hard-working, young, old men and women, boys and girls. We deserve a better country than what we have right now. A nation, like I said earlier, of over 200 million people with so many natural resources. We have some of the best of lands. We have some of the best of air in the world. Our water is fantastic. What do we have a problem with? Man management, man management. And this is not only on our leaders, because you put an average person in a position and they just put him in charge of a small unit and money start missing. A small department and money start missing. Look at I saw the picture of the woman who nearly put Nigeria into the debt of $11 billion. Thankfully, we won in court.
Definitely.
Else our FS crisis was probably going to go at times 5 of what we do have at the moment. Somebody is supposed to be a civil servant, working for the country, working for the growth of Nigeria. putting our country in chaos.
Over 200 million people
because of just a little south of $10,000 US.
Yeah, $200.
But you know, we hope that our people get better. Thank you very much for watching. We were on earlier, we went off due to some technical issues like I made mention of. But thank you very much for being a part of this production. We do always enjoy coming to you because we know you guys are on the other end enjoying us. Behind the camera has been Olalekan Adetunji. Yes, Olalekan Olabode is also somewhere there pressing the right buttons alongside Margaret Osazua, who's looking stunning. Yeah, I know you can't see her, but she's looking stunning. Mohammed, thank you very much for coming. Mohammed Lawal making his debut, and a fantastic debut. It was robust analysis coming with various opinions coming right, left, and center on the various topics we brought to you today. My name is Segun Odunwayo, saying have yourselves a fantastic Thursday, and as we head into the weekend tomorrow, may you not be weakened by the weekend. Bye for now.
Yeah.